Tim Albright with AVNation and Enterprise Connect 2024 with Josh Blaylock from Jabra. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, thank you. Thanks for talking to me today.
Absolutely. So a couple weeks ago on AV Week, we did a story about Jabra Admin. How it's, you've got a system now that lets IT directors, IT managers manage and control several, of your products. And talk about what that means to those IT directors.
So Jabra Plus for admins, as we're launching it in a couple of months here, it's in early beta use right now, right? But it is meant to kind of be our next iteration on managing devices at a more enterprise distributed level. Okay. So you can say, hey, I've got devices that are per country, per location, per building, however you want to slice and dice them, and manage settings, manage firmware. Now we're starting that out in the room space. So we're talking the Panic S50 video bar, Panic S50 video, VBS for the Android bar as well. And then down the road, kind of as we see in the background here, personal peripherals enter that workspace. What that means for an IT admin is I'm going to be able to manage my whole fleet of devices, not just room systems, in one admin center by Jabra.
Okay, so talk about what all different capabilities you have. When you say manage, what does that mean?
So at the high level, right out front, you have your dashboard, which is where you see what's up, what's down, what's waiting to be managed and onboarded into the system. So it gives the IT admin that high level view of what do I have problems I need to look at in the system when I log in the morning, or are we looking all green and happy? It also lets you know if there are things in front of you, or hey, I still need to onboard this device into the platform. Okay. From there, you could then get to say, okay, I want to group my devices, make sure that as we look to the future, certain admins are managing certain groups of devices. Okay. Maybe certain groups of devices need certain settings, right? Or certain locations need certain settings. Or we want to apply firmware updates to certain locations first or one at a time. So these are the kind of things that you can do, not just the troubleshooting, but then getting in and saying, we're managing firmware, we're managing settings, and then we're managing who is doing what from a RBAC or role-based access approach, right?
Okay. So. Important question here. Just like we all have 10,000 devices or apps on our phones, IT managers are coming up or discovering that they suddenly have 10, 20 panes of glass to look at, 20 dashboards. API here to get into a third-party, all-in-one dashboard.
The team has talked pretty high level to the API access side of it, try to wake us up here. And so as they have kind of, in a previous webinar, they highlighted the longer journey, right? And you have this integrations piece that comes further on down. Now, we haven't gotten into deep details on that. That's something to be talked about, but that is what this entails right here, is that as we get further on down the line, our partners will be able to leverage the platform in a way that makes sense to them and their customers, our mutual customers, from that single pane of glass perspective. So,
right. Josh, how does somebody, you said it's in beta now, it come out in a couple of months. Once it's released, how does somebody get access to Jabra Plus?
It will be included, right? It'll be a free service at launch. So it's not something that you have to go and license or figure out how you get into there. But you'll go out to Jabra.com or get in touch with your local account manager to find out, hey, I heard about Jabra Plus for admins. How do we get onboarded? They'll point you in the right direction. But once it hits mainstream in the next couple months here, you should be able to find that path on Jabra.com.
All right. Josh, somebody wants to find out more about Jabra. How do they do that?
Again, Jabra.com. I direct you to the Jabra YouTube channel as well. There's a lot of good information out there about various things we're up to at events, different products we're launching, overview of devices. But the website itself is broken down into your audio devices, which we have a long, proud history in, and then now video devices, which we're becoming much more prolific in. And of course, as we're talking about today, very excited to see we've now got that Jabra Plus for admins piece that's on the website as well. So there's a starting point. You can start engaging with us there. And then, of course, we'll be happy to pick up the conversation from that point.
Very good. From Jabra, for us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. Find more videos from the show floor of Enterprise Connect 2024. All that and more at avnation.tv. Avnation.tv.